What's going on, guys? Welcome to Victims and Villains. If you are new to this channel, we create content to talk about mental health through pop culture. My name is Captain Nostalgia, and today we are getting dizzy because we're talking about Hypnotic. This is the latest film from Robert Rodriguez, and it tells the story of a sect of, I guess, superhumans, if you want to call it that have the ability to basically hypnotize people, and this causes a rift and mystery presented by Ben Affleck's character searching for his daughter. I'm going to preface this by saying that I have a lot of respect for what Rodriguez was trying to do here. With that said, this is easily one of the worst movies I have seen this year. Like, the journey to get to the big reveal and twist of this movie is so incomprehensible that it makes it feel like it is literally one of the worst edited movies of all time. So yeah, I would probably say about 2/3 of this movie literally just kind of makes no sense. The plot just kind of jumps around, and then it feels like they use the last act to kind of act as a cleanup crew, or like a series of excuses as to why the first two acts of this movie are as messy as they are. This movie feels like a film made from another time period. Like, you remember when Venom came out, like the first one, and we all kind of felt like it was a film that worked better in 2003 than it did in the year that it came out? And we kept saying it because it felt a lot like Daredevil, Fantastic Four, X-Men 3. This movie feels like it came out as a response to Inception. It feels like it came out as a time to say, where filmmakers were like, this movie's great, we could do it better. And the truth about films that are reactionary to things that are coming out is that they are so laughably bad, and they miss the artistry and the temperance of what makes that original piece of art so well done. And that's what it feels like Rodriguez did here. It's like he waited 13 years, saw Inception for the first time, and said, I want to do a movie like that, and gave us Hypnotic. This movie is one of the most convoluted films I've ever seen. It's absolutely just... like, I never check my phone in the theater as I'm watching a film, because normally the film that I'm watching has captured my attention. It has engrossed me into the story's telling. Not here. I checked my phone at least 3 times. First time I checked my phone, it was probably about 30 minutes into this movie, and it had honestly felt like I had been watching it for the better part of like 3 or 4 hours. This movie's pacing is so slow, and again, it comes back to all of the dumb editing choices this movie makes. It's trying to present this really just, we're gonna flip the world upside down kind of mystery where a man is trying to find his daughter, and then we're gonna make it as complicated as possible. I will say Ben Affleck is probably one of the only redeeming things about this movie. His acting kind of keeps it afloat. What can I say? Ben Affleck's probably about the only performance that I enjoyed here. Honestly, between this film and Alice Braga, she needs to fire whatever representation or management is constantly getting her on the worst movies that are being made in 2023 and 2022, and so on. I really feel like here she has such potential to be a really compelling character, and they just made her super flat. But she really, again, she does the best with what she's given. That's another problem that I had with this movie. Even after the big reveal or the big twist, whatever you want to call it, these characters still feel so one note. It's sad that there's so little development of these characters. And I think what's even more sad to me is the fact that there's such this deep emotional element that Ben Affleck's character is trying to resonate with the audience, and the movie never invites the audience to be emotional with him. It happens the first 10 minutes. Maybe there's a little bit of emotional connection, but after that, the rest of the film just spends constantly on the road and completely avoids the emotion that was introduced at the beginning of this film. And if there is no emotional invitation to connect to these characters, then what am I doing here as a film goer? And furthermore, what are you doing as a storyteller? I will give props to this. Rodriguez definitely does have an eye, and he's proven this over the course of his career, that he really knows how to establish good action sequences. He knows how to make a shot look really rich and crisp, and I think that both of those apply here to Hypnotic. They're one of the very few redeeming qualities that this movie does have. It does look good. The action sequences are set up and choreographed very nicely, and then also Affleck. Before I give my Rorschach rating, I just want to let everybody know that I have made it known, because we've covered a lot of Rodriguez films over the years. We're currently going through the Spy Kids films on the Patreon. And links for that Patreon are in the descriptions below if you would like to help us get mental health resources into Comic-Cons, horror cons, film festivals, speaking engagements, marketplaces, after-school programs, churches, etc. Consider supporting us down there at the $5 level. For the less of cup of coffee a month, you can help us connect with those that are suffering with depression and suicide. I love Robert Rodriguez as a filmmaker. He is one of my favorite storytellers to watch and rewatch. I love the El Mariachi trilogy. I love The Faculty. I love the first Spy Kids movie. I think it's criminally underrated that it absolutely holds up. And I love the Sin City films. There's so many of his movies that I absolutely love and adore. And so that's why it pains me to give this film a 1 out of 5. This is not only one of the worst films of the year, but this could actually be one of the worst films that Robert Rodriguez has ever made. I will watch Shark Boy and Lava Girl any day over having to sit through this film again. If you guys have seen Hypnotic, what did you guys think about it? Comment below, let me know. Are you guys gonna check it out? Do you have plans to? Are you excited about the team up of Rodriguez and Affleck? Let me know. Let's talk about mental health now. If you guys are new to our content, Mental Health Moment is where we take a theme out of the film which we're talking about it, talk about it for a few moments in the hopes to deconstruct the stigma surrounding mental health. I've talked about this on the podcast several times, and this film serves as a sharp reminder of the importance of identity. Not just in a sexual or gender sense, but actually knowing who you are as an individual and as a person. I feel like we live in a society right now that it's so easy to be manipulated and swayed in terms of identity and told how to think or how to feel when it comes to certain subjects. But at the end of the day, what makes you you? Identity has such a big part to play in the grand conversation of our mental health. And I think it's a question worth asking is, who are you? Not just saying, I am X, Y, or Z because this is where I'm employed, or not saying that I'm a husband, or I'm a father, or that I'm a mother, or a wife, or a significant other, spouse, or X, Y, Z, but who are you really? This is one of the very few themes woven into Hypnotic that I think warrants a lot of conversation and a lot of self-reflection about when it comes to identity and its importance in our life and in the things that we do. So I'm going to leave you with this challenge and just ask you the simple question once again: who are you? What makes you you? And as always, if you or someone you know is struggling with suicide, addiction, self-harm, or depression, links for our mental health resource library are in the show notes below. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button and check out all of our podcasts and social media down below as well. And until next time, stay classy.